Well, hi, Gemini, and welcome to your February. I want to wish you a happy Valentine's Day. Much love to you, and hoping that there's love around you, or you're spending time with the one you love, or you love what you're doing. But love is in the air, so it's always a wonderful time to stay positive and warm. In some parts of the world, it's very cold, so it might be a good time to snuggle up and enjoy the love around you, whether they're friends or family or a romantic partner. And this card is about launching a new career. So this is in your environment. This is launching a career with a good outlook or success, feeling good about what you're doing in life, whether you've changed some of your the way you work, the work you're doing, you're adding to. Just some excitability about launching this successful venture. And as you can see, there's a woman standing at the door. She's waving, but she's watching her goods leave to see if they can make money and come back and be a success to her. So she's feeling confident that they're going to. She's put in a lot of time and preparation, so I feel like a lot of you have. I feel like this has been energy and time that you all have well spent in the last year to organize your thoughts, to organize your programs. I don't know why that's coming up. Your presentations, your business, your at work, whatever you're doing that's creative inspiration to you as well. Your artistic endeavors. All of your work projects, you're launching something new and with great expectations. See how there's wreaths along the sort of the Tudor part of this house. It's called a Tudor house, right? Tudor. And whenever I see wreaths, to me that means celebration, success. So I always notice that in the card. And these two toads, if you can see these, are carrying away these wands. This is a two of wands. And so the toads symbolize good luck, opportunity, and success. And they're running along this cart, this wagon of goods and services that she has created, whether it's her crafts or her business, but it signifies that it's her new venture or her goods that she's sending out to the world to see how they come back. And she has a great expectation for success. So I love seeing this for you guys, Gemini, for the beginning of the month, for your environment. Let's see what else comes up here. Well, there's a lot of oranges and yellows, and a lot of times this card, oops, I got out of the light here. A lot of times this card makes me think of the fall months just because of the different colors of the leaves, the orange, the yellows. So, this could indicate two things or not, but just think about it, Gemini. If it's a project that you were really excited about this past fall or spring, if you're in the southern hemisphere, and my Australian friends, but in the September, October, November area, if then you were really putting plans into action and talking to people, communicating ideas, it could be this next year, although this card, and I'll get to this, the Ace of Cups indicates the fall. So it's really interesting how, this could be this past 2016 and what you put into action or put into place, and now you're sending your goods off. You're launching it. You're doing a launching. So this may be an open house or a new website you're promoting, sending, if you're a manufacturer, sending goods over. It could be a variety of things, a project that you're moving forward. All right, and the second card that comes up is an interesting one for your challenge position. What can we say? But this is the King of Wands. So this is also someone, this is both, they're both wands, and of course the wands are about the work we put out, our creative inspiration, what we do for a living. And this is the King, so this is a fire sign. This could be a Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo, Sun, Moon, or Rising. It can be a woman, but he's in your challenge position. And I find that interesting. So he's, this could be someone who, he could be a couple different people, so let me know. But he could be someone who supports you, but for some reason he's holding up your plans. He's holding up your ability to move forward. And it might be that he sees it as you're not quite ready for I was going to say ready for prime time, and I don't mean it in the sense of he's trying to squash your plans, but I think maybe he's a great organizer of his thoughts, and he's creative and invigorating. He's a business consultant. He's a school counselor. He's an instructor. So he may be advising you, and maybe you're not wanting to hear his advice, or maybe he's giving you more suggestions and you're just wanting to do it your way. The other way he could come up is he literally is someone that's in your way. He could be a competitor to you, to some of you, whether you have a business that you own, and this is a competitor, or it could be someone, I'm getting school, so any school programs, or if you're in a college or taking classes, I don't know why, because I said professor a minute ago, he can be, but I also get that he can be holding you back from whatever studies that you're needing to learn, or the instructor, or maybe he's the instructor and he's not ready to launch that particular class yet. But for some odd reason, this person is a challenge that you're going to have to deal with. He could even be like, you know, your bank loan officer. He could be an attorney. This person could be a number of people. The court cards are always interesting because they can mean so many different things to so many different people. This can also be a woman, so don't just think men. But he is in your challenge position, even though your environment card is good, but I do feel like you're going to have some opposition with this person. Yeah, because he's usually a wise counselor in the scientific, the medical field, the creative arts, the academic, mentoring, or maybe he's just someone you know that's overly fiery, because as you can see, there's a lot of red in this card, and orange, and the fire beneath the fireplace. So he's set in his ways. So just look out for any probably fire sign, Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries, like I said, or someone who's really taking those aspects on, and they're just a pain in the bazooka to you. This could be, in the political arena. It could be that, something about politics, and I don't mean, I'm not talking about the presidential, but I'm saying your local politics, or maybe you're out presenting for a company, you're a consultant in the local politics, so you want to build a building where, normally it's not designated for commercial, and this one guy is holding you up, or this, yeah, it would be a person. So it could be a number of things. Just think about who this fire sign is, or someone who is a challenge to you that has high ideals. That could be, like I said, could be a challenge to you during this month of February. All right. And your third card is the card of the unexpected. And the unexpected card is the Four of Swords. And this card usually indicates to me needing to take a reprise from your life, from the everyday grind of life, needing to take a meditation, a vacation to relax and let those, you know, you're Gemini, okay? So I get it. My moon is Gemini and I'm a Libra sun. So lots of, we're in our heads a lot, aren't we? So you may need to, and this may come as a surprise to you, that you need a time out this month. You know, sometimes this comes as a health issue that comes up, and you just have to take the time to let your body heal. And I don't feel like it's going to be a huge, if it is health, I don't feel like it's huge for most of you Geminis. But I do feel like if something comes up, or if it's, you know, an ankle sprain, or if it's a cold or the flu, that you're going, you know, take the time to replenish yourself. Get your sleep, drink water, the juices. Because I think that this is going to be a bit of a, well, like I said, the unexpected. There's the loon. This is a symbol of peace and serenity. I'm trying to remember that movie that came out many, many years ago with Henry Fonda and Jane Fonda. The Loons. Do you remember that? Oh gosh. Anyway, that's they were out at the lake. It was the set was located at their lake house. Jane Fonda, and Katharine Hepburn. Katharine Hepburn and Henry Fonda had a lake house. He had been a professor. And then their daughter, who Jane Fonda played, came out with her new boyfriend and her boyfriend's son. That's actually a very funny part. Gosh, I wish I could think of the movie. I know someone will. It was around let's say around the 88, 81 maybe. But anyway, that's what the loon is indicative of, is peace, serenity, needing to take some R&R. It's a beautiful tree. So let yourself do that if that comes up. Let yourself be peaceful. Allow yourself you time. It's okay to do nothing sometimes. I was talking to someone recently, and she was talking about how busy she was, and I said, yeah. And I was listening, and I said, well, you've been doing all that, and we kept talking and talking in the conversation. She looked at me and she goes, you know what? It's okay to do nothing sometimes, isn't it? And I said, for me, it absolutely is, because so much of the time I am doing. So sometimes just being, let's just say that, just being quiet, being around nature if you can. Speaking of, my dog just got up from his nap. All right. Okay, so on to your outcome, Gemini, your outcome card. And I love this card for you guys. This is the Ace of Chalices, which is the same as the Ace of Cups. And this card indicates joy, happiness, abundance. This could be abundance in love. Your cup runneth over. in love, or you love what you're doing, you know, and this is a perfect month, like I said at the beginning, in February. There's a salmon jumping out of the water. The salmon indicates abundance and guidance and endurance. So you're being supported. So by the end of the month, you know, you take this rest and you deal with this challenge, then, you know, you'll feel the love. And again, as I was talking about earlier, this card represents, timing-wise, September, October, November. So as I was talking about, this card reminds me so much. Every time I see it, I'm like, that reminds me of the fall. So again, this could be 2016, and this card and several of the videos I've done lately for the astrological signs, I'll say, you know, this is not just for this month, but you may want to watch this a couple months later, or you may want to watch it at the end of this month, but it may flow into this year. This Ace of Cups may be the beginning of a new love. And so you want to see how that unfolds. And so I guess what I'm saying is that this doesn't just stop at the end of February. It feels like it carries on. It is the Ace. So, you know, also watch for any psychic intuition, any intuitive hits you get. Your psychic ability will be high. Also, this, talking about love, this is for some of you, could be a time of your reproductive, you know, your feminine and male organs are working overtime. Let's just put it that way. So happiness in relationships, divine love. This may be you're emotionally feeling happy, you're physically, you're psychically, you're spiritually, I think I said emotionally, mentally, your heart feels full. And so that's why I'm saying by the end of this month, I think that you're really going to have an abundance of feeling that makes you overflow with joy and happiness. And again, this reading is for Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Rising. So, you know, watch your Moon and Rising as well. If these messages resonate with you, awesome. If you need to watch your Moon and Rising, and I always suggest that for further information and insights, then please do so. So it's interesting how these cards played out. It's like you're launching a career. You do have a challenge person. You do have some unexpected, feels like time out. Feels could be health, could be, but something, you know, needs for you to replenish yourself. Once you do that, there's joy, happiness. This could be too your physical body. You're eating right, eating healthy, taking care of your circulatory system, your cardiovascular system by exercising. Yeah, contentment and positive change coming your way. And again, coming your way, so not just stopping at the end of February. And as I said earlier, you know, intuitive hits, synchronicities, dreams. Be open to all of that. Be open to all that. Okay, let's select clarification cards from the Hanson-Roberts deck. This one off the top feels like it wants to come up. The Seven of Rods. Okay, and it falls on your challenge card of the King of Wands, which the Wands and the Rods are the same. Okay, so the Seven of Rods is about really having to stand up for yourself and your ideas, because there's people that are fighting against you or pushing against you. And it's like, no, I'm holding my own. So you may have had to do that, and that may be what who this king is, because I flip out and then I notice what card that it flips on. It doesn't always flip on the exact one, but this did. So it may be what this king is about. It's just having to defend yourself and what you want to do around your work. And he has on his cloak of red. So he has to have some fire and some passion about him. The Two of Swords. Okay, she's come up once or twice as a clarification. And she is about her thinking. She just needs to take the blinders off, what she has around her eyes, uncross her arms, because she's crossing her arms where her heart is. So she's closed, her heart is closed. So you want to open up to what really is there. You want to see things as they really are. There's emotions around this instance, around this situation. And a little bit of look like a new moon, not really. But so it could be that you're not seeing things totally as they are, totally as you need to, and that's why this reprieve has come up. Okay. And the King of Rods. Wow, you've gotten a lot of rod cards, my friends, Gemini. The King of Rods comes up in reverse. Well, that's interesting, because look, this is a totally different deck. This happens so many times, I can't even tell you. And here's the King of Rods in this deck. And here's the King in this deck. Now, he's in the challenge, and he came up in reverse. So I'm just saying, whatever fire sign, and we love our fire signs. They're instrumental in compassion and inspiration. So they may be fighting you against, and I don't mean physically, and I don't like to use the word fight, but they may be arguing with you against your creative vision. All right. And the Two of Rods. Wow, okay, that's what this card is the Two of Rods. So see, he's launching his career. He's looking out over the water. He has the world in his hand. He feels good about it. He feels very secure about it. Two totally different cards. This is what the traditional one looks like. That's awesome. So that's definitely a theme. And then the Eight of Swords. All right. You guys, so this is really interesting to me. And sorry, my dog is barking. Sorry. Sorry. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. He's a sweetie. He's also a watchdog. He's not much of a guard dog, because usually when he barks, he jumps in my lap. But anyway, what I was saying here is, look how the Two of Swords, she has her eyes covered up, and there's the two swords. She's crossed her arms. Here her eyes are covered up, but she feels like she's bound and tied. She's not really. This is about your thinking. And I was talking at the beginning of the video, Gemini's, very intellectual, analytical, thinking a lot. So a lot going through your mind. So let yourself feel unbound from life situations. Release what you need to release. I feel like that's what both of these cards are saying to you. Because as you see here, she could turn around and here's the beautiful castle, but she's feeling bound by some details in her life or restrictions, and yet she's not really. She has the sword where she could just cut it and it could untie her. It could just, she could cut the rope and untie herself. So see things how they really are. Let's pull a card for the Ace of Chalices. All right, well, the Three of Pentacles comes up in reverse. Interesting. I want to pull one more. And then the Queen of Rods. Okay. So the Ace of Pentacles, it usually indicates new licensing or taking a class, an apprentice, working on a new job very diligently. It's in reverse. So it may be that what you've been doing in the past or what you've learned in the past is not what you're going to be focused on entirely, but it's more about this new joy that comes up, this new feeling of love around what you're doing. So he's in reverse. Three of Pentacles. Yeah, that would totally mean that whatever you have taken courses on, studies on, you've gotten your license in, you've been an apprentice, something you're putting maybe by the wayside because there's new things, new joy and happiness that is coming your way. All right, and then the last card is the Queen of Rods, and like I said, you've had the King twice, and now here's the Queen. So she is a warm person. She's inviting, she's creative, she's loving. This might be someone who is a fire sign, Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries, who can actually be of help to you. So while I feel like he is a challenge, she can be inspirational. She can have suggestions and ideas. She can take on the Queen qualities. I feel like this could be someone who is saying, that's okay, it doesn't matter, I can help you out. We can come up with some better ideas, a better way of doing it, which is going to make your heart sing. All right, okay, so let's count the cards, or count it numerologically. And here's the 2, and always the court cards are 3. 4 is 7, and 8. I'll make sure I did that right. It's so simple. Let's say this would be 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, well, 8 has come up more than any other number as well. So this must be a universal message that's going on, because 8 is the number of transformation, and there has been a lot of transformation for a lot of people. It's the number 2 of business manifestation, and that's what you're starting your month off with. So very interesting that this has come up so many times. In Major Arcana, it's the same as the Strength card. So have strength. You have the inner strength to go through the ebbs and tides of life. You start off great. You know, a little bit in through here. It's not bad. It's just we always have stuff to deal with, don't we? And then the Ace of Cups, which is a beautiful card to end your reading on.